It is Monday, June 13th in the MLB, and I'm Austin from Calling Our Shot.
And I'm Logan from Calling Our Shot.
And we are back with our three favorite plays. We got a first five over. We got a favorite player prop. We got a no on first inning coming your guys' way.
As always, guys, just do a real quick favor this new week. Hit that subscribe button for us. It takes 0.5 seconds out of your day, and it really helps us grow this community. Also, while you're down there, drop a like on this video.
I agree, Logan. Do both those two things. Let's hop into a recap of yesterday. It was a 1-2 day. We're coming off that 5-0 sweep on Saturday. It was okay that we gave a little bit back, but Rays money line, great call. The trend pick. Hey, maybe the Rays are about to win 2 more in a row after this one, so who knows? But Riley over in bases, the man went like 0 for 4. He needed nothing yesterday. And then the Cubs versus Yankees, no one first inning. Oh, brother. Oh, there's a reason it was plus value, and yeah, we got wrong on that one. But either way, we appreciate you guys. We have a bunch of new All-Stars. I appreciate everyone that went out and became an All-Star. We love you guys. You guys get the plays early, custom emojis. You get a bunch of cool different things. We have a bunch of them. I'll name them all off. Probably mispronounce some names. We got Kyvelli, who knows, Brian, Mark, Randy, B Short, and Ruben. Thank you guys all so much for supporting the channel. We appreciate you guys. And I only have one last note. Well, besides that, our Odds Jam Parlay is live right now. It's already live. You can just go click the top link in the description, or maybe the second link. You'll see it. It says Odds Jam Parlay of the day. Also put it in the pinned comment. So that's live. But also, I know we just sponsored. We're just now partnered with Underdog Fantasy, and they're doing a free play right now. So if you go onto their site, you'll probably see this one. I mentioned it in the NBA videos, but they're giving a Draymond Green over 0.5 points, rebounds, and assists. And despite Draymond playing pretty bad so far, he's going to get you at least 1 point rebound or assist. So if you want to sign up using our code COS or the link below, you get a 100% deposit match. And then you can throw this into one of your parlays. I think the max bet is only $25, but it's free money. If you want to use it, take advantage of it. But Logan, enough of that. You're on a heater. I want another winner.
Yeah, let's go for it. Let's start a new week and continue the heater. We are going in the Twins versus Mariners game. You mentioned a first 5 over under. Yeah, I'm touching the first 5 over under, and I'm going over 4.5 total runs in the first 5 innings on this one. Minus 115 odds on DraftKings. As Austin's pulling up right here, I'll take the minus 115. Get out of here, FanDuel, with that minus 130. If I can get better odds on DraftKings, I'm going to go ahead and do so on Odds Jam. But look, both teams scoreless yesterday in home games. Yeah, we picked against the Twins with my Rays pick yesterday. I watched them; they were swinging just breadsticks out there. I don't know what that was, but they were terrible yesterday. But they did face a good pitcher in spring, so we got to give that credit. And then the Mariners were shut out at home too, which was surprising because the Mariners are usually a good home team. I think this is a really good bounce back spot that both these teams and their offenses are going to get going. Minnesota's offense is a top 10 offense, guys. Minnesota 9th in runs, 5th in hits per game, so they're better than scoreless, right? And on the mound, who they're facing, Chris Flexen, right? They're going to be rubbing their hands for this match. I'm telling you right now, coming in with a 4.35 ERA, which isn't that high, but his WHIP 1.39 WHIP, which is 7th highest in the major leagues. Look, I like pitchers that make you have to work for those base runners. Chris Flexen is not one of those pitchers. He's putting runners on base via walk, and that's not conducive for any type of under. So that's definitely music to our ears for the over. And these hitters on the Twins have good splits versus Chris Flexen, right? Byron Buxton, oh my gosh, he can't wait for this matchup today. He's 5 for 5 versus Flexen. I mean, yeah, jinx, knock on wood, but he's absolutely toasting him. And Arias, one of their better hitters as well, 4 for 7 versus Flexen. So that's like the main heart of this Twins lineup, and they're really good versus Chris Flexen. Now we got the battle of the Chris's on the mound. We've got Chris Archer on the other side, 3.65 ERA. He's not a huge strikeout guy, right? But you know what? That's okay. Mariners, 9th best in batting average and balls in play, and 11th in OPS at home. If the Mariners are able to put the ball in play versus Chris Archer, they'll be okay. And so far at home, I'll touch home Mariners all I want. Road Mariners, they don't bring the bats a lot of the time, but they are decent at home. And I pulled some of their splits as well versus Archer. Not a lot of plate appearances, but J.P. Crawford, 2 for 2 versus Archer. For what that's worth, he has seen him, and he's hit him a couple of times. So we like to see that as evidence. But I'm really feeling the over 4.5 in the first 5. I think that's where the value is in this game. If the runs are going to be scored, they're probably going to be scored most likely in the first 5. But hey, Austin mentioned the parlay of the day. You might see this one in the parlay of the day as well. But I do want to talk lastly about a quick lean I have. I'm not going to play it because it's Monday and baseball's weird. Nationals plus 1.5. Yesterday, my lean of Diamondbacks plus 1.5. It was a super unsexy pick, but you know what? It cashed, and the Phillies were on a big winning streak. Braves are on a big winning streak as well. Watch your back, Braves bettors. I'm just saying, Nationals plus 1.5. looks awfully tempting on this fine Monday. But Austin, what do you got for a player prop today?
Logan, you really missed out on an opportunity to say that the Twins would be flexing. But either way, maybe you'll fix that for his next start. But we're going to the Astros versus Rangers game. Going Yordan Alvarez. I'm taking his over 1.5 bases. Now I know someone asked me yesterday. FanDuel has 2+ bases that they don't put it as over 1.5. That's the same exact thing, so that's fine. Now we go over to we're getting a little bit plus money, plus 112 on Caesars. Now of course FanDuel get that out of here, minus 120. Get that mess out of here. We don't want that. We want this DraftKings or the Caesars value that we see. Now, why do we like Alvarez today? Well, he's swinging a very hot bat, one of the hottest in the league. And over his last 13 games, the man's batting 500, 25 hits in those 13 games, 9 extra base hits, which is a double, triple, or a home run. This guy's got a lot of power. I mean, this guy is literally only swings the bat. That's what he's paid to do. He doesn't play any position. He's technically listed as an outfielder. He's a designated hitter in every single game. And so, look, if you're not swinging the bat, what are you doing? Now, he's hit the over in 10 of those 13 games when he's been swinging pretty hot. And today, gets to go up against the Rangers. They're on the road technically, they're on the road. They're not really too far away from home, but still, they're on the road against the Rangers today. And the over-under in this game is 9. And the Astros are a little bit favored. I believe they're like minus 160, minus 170. Runs are expected to be scored, and they expect the Astros to be the ones putting up some of those runs. Now, Alvarez, he's been great on the road this season. You sometimes see players do very good at home, but then terrible on the road. It's kind of been the reverse for Mr. Alvarez. He's batting 346 on the road, and 12 of his 17 home runs have actually come on the road. And he also hates the Texas Rangers. He hates them. And maybe that's a little bit of a stretch, but still he's absolutely performed great against them. His last 14 games versus the Texas Rangers, batting 333, 18 hits, 11 of them being extra base hits, having 2+ bases in 11 of 14 games. Now, Jordan also hit this over in 5 of the 7 games versus Texas this year, so he's been destroying them this year, and that includes good performances versus Taylor Hearn, who the Rangers will be trotting out there. He is a lefty, and normally Alvarez does struggle against lefties. When I say struggle, it's not like he's batting 210 versus them. He's batting like 270 versus like 310 versus righties. Jordan is a lefty, though, but still, he has Hearn apparently as the exception because he's hitting him pretty hard. Now, 4 for 9 a lifetime versus Hearn. That's 444. That includes 3 extra base hits, including a couple home runs. He's had 2+ bases in 3 straight starts against Hearn, 2 of them being this year. And we wanted to look at Hearn's pitches, the ones that he's going to throw the majority of the time. There's 41.7% four-seam fastball, 25.5 slider, 18.2 is a sinker. Well, look at Alvarez splits versus those pitches. 327 versus the four-seamer, 364 versus the slider, and then it's 0.171 against the sinker. So if we see Hearn spamming sinkers, you'll probably know why, but that's only a pitch he throws 18% of the time. And if you want to hang a sinker at the top of the zone for Mr. Alvarez, I'll be fine with it. The last note, if you ever watched a Rangers game, you know that their outfield's pretty big. It's a lot of room to kind of cover. If you're an outfielder, there's a lot of gaps. Just hit it into the gap, get a stand-up double. I think Alvarez is perfectly capable of that. So that is why he's my player prop of the day. I did like a rise, but I want to bet it's him to get a single, but it's only like minus 170. I can't give you guys a play like that, but I think a rise is a pretty good day. Just like Logan was saying, I think Buxton swings pretty well as well. But that's my player prop of the day. It is time for everyone's favorite. It is NRFI Nation time, baby. That is why you all come out here. You get the flags out. You start waving them in chat. This is what we're going with. We're going Marlins versus Phillies. We're taking the no run first inning, minus 120 on FanDuel. So we see FanDuel got us the best line. Now, the sharper books do have this one a little bit favored, and the other books are kind of all over the place. But on the mound for the Phillies, going up against Marlins, Aaron Nola. Look, he's 11-1 on no run first innings, and we really trust him. Look, if he can't get it done, I don't know who can. And he's been very good so far this year. He has the highest strikeout to walk ratio in the MLB, and truthfully, it's not even pretty close. This Aaron Nola's been absolutely dominant this year, and the Marlins haven't been great scoring in the first inning, 28th in first inning runs. So, look, if Nola can't get me 3 outs, I don't know who else could go. There's not a lot of good options out there, but I like Nola to get me those first 3 outs. What about the next guy?
Yeah, Sandy Alcantara, right? He's been really good as well in the no-run first inning portion. 9-3 on NRFIs this year. Now, he did allow 1 versus the Phillies, but this is a revenge NRFI, right? Nothing better than a revenge NRFI, a team that he's already faced and given up a first inning run. He's going to be coming out a little bit fired up. And Sandy's whole thing is pitch to contact, right? He's one of those pitch to contact, probably the best pitch to contact pitcher in the MLB. He's 5th best in batting average and balls in play out of eligible pitchers. He makes you have to work for those hits and base runners, right? He shouldn't be walking a lot of people. As you mentioned, Aaron Nola has the best strikeout to walk ratio. In the no run first inning portion, we need guys that are not giving cheap walks, right? Because yesterday, even if our NRFI wasn't ended by that garbage solo home run in the top half, Keegan Thompson absolutely imploded by walking in a guy. So it would have ended either way, but that's just truly infuriating when you walk in bases loaded, and that's what he did. So we don't want that. Philadelphia also 17th in first inning runs. I think the Phillies are going to cool off a little bit. We saw yesterday what they did versus the Diamondbacks. It's going to be a downward trend, a slower downward trend. Their bats are finally cooling off a little bit. So I really do like this one. Guys, this slate is very limited too. The no-run first innings on the slate are not very appealing, but this one just makes too much sense. So you got to understand we have to take it.
Yeah, this is going to be a very popular one, so hopefully we can cash this one, get another win in the column for the no-run first inning bets. But those are our 3 bets of the day. Twins Mariners over 4.5 in the first 5. There's a little version of that in our parlay of the day. If you want to go check out the parlay, it's on OddsJam in the link in the description. And then we got Alvarez over in bases, and then that no-run first inning bet. Just a reminder about that promo for Underdog Fantasy. If you want to take advantage of that free play, definitely go use our sign-up code COS or the link in the description for a 100% deposit match up to $100. We appreciate you guys as always. Enjoy your Monday. Have a great start to the week. We'll see you guys back again, same spot Tuesday morning. It's been Austin and Logan. We'll catch you in the